what's up, Williamsy Live? That's Callie. I'm Jersey. Today, 3 things that you wish you knew back then that you know now. So, hindsight's 2020 retrospect. And again, we're just 2 friends talking. We're not giving any legal or medical advice. Always check with healthcare professionals. Okay, Magnus, I'll go 1, you go 1. We like to do these top 3.
Yeah.
So, there's so many. We should really do like the top 30, but, we only have so much time. So, all right. So, what I wish I knew then that I know now, top 3. So for me, it would be I guess the number 1 thing would be off the top of my head, don't go to college. For me, I think it was the biggest waste of my money. Yes, education's great. You should go get educated. That's great. Nothing against education, but and again, if you want to be a doctor or dentist or bioengineer, you have to go to college. But if you're like, I don't know what I want to do, which was like me, I was just like, I'll just major in philosophy or whatever. I majored in history and in special ed, and I became a teacher. But anyways, I'm not knocking those professions. But
I would say I agree 100% with you. I think that if you don't know 100% that what you're doing in college is going to lead to a career, then I would not do it. I mean, it's way easier to, like, if you, like you said, engineering, compare that to art, for instance. I mean, engineering, you have a way bigger chance of actually getting a well-paying job pretty much straight out of college, like an art student, someone that major. I'm not knocking artists at all. I'm just saying that it's a risk. You can pay a lot of money and not get anything from it. So you're basically, you're in depth already, and then you're not making any money to actually like get your loans out of the way.
Right. I could have been well-rounded by going to the free library or using the internet and just watching YouTube videos. So when I say college was a waste of my time, I don't mean the actual education part of it, but like the money part of it. I paid for college myself. So I wasted my money. I did the math. If I would have not went to college and put it in an S&P 500 account, I would have about $980,000 in cash right now. So I regret going to college because I wanted getting out of the teaching profession. I wanted to go into my own business. Again, I didn't know that then. This is why the show is called I Wish I Knew Now What I Knew Right Now. Okay, what about you? Which one?
Sorry, Rocco is. Come on, Rocco. Come say hi instead. Yeah, Rocco wants to show up. Here is Rocco Balboa.
Oh, little man. What's up, Bubba?
He was stuck. He was stuck on the staircase today. We were gone for a bit, and then it started to get dark, and he's like, he does not like our staircase because it's slippery. So he was kind of stuck. He was stuck in the middle of the stairs, but he's fine. We were not like he were not that stuck that long. So he's a good guy. Do you want to sit in my lap instead? Okay, come on. So here's what I was gonna do. Let's actually bring in the college's same thing too. I think that I would not end up getting a PhD if I look back at it. I would have rather probably got it and start studying for as an MD, so medical doctor. I just think that I would probably get a bigger kick out of it, but again, I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm happy. I'm pretty darn proud of being able to stick in school like that. But I'm like, looking back at it, that's probably the route I would like, maybe sports medicine or something like that. I don't know. It's just something that I think I have a bigger interest and drive for.
Yeah. Totally get that. Yeah. I mean, and so along those lines, they always say the 2 most important things you do in life, what you do for a living and who you marry. So for me, my second one would be, again, this is no dig on anyone, but other than just myself, and that I would say I wish I could have understood not to rush into relationships, not only marriage, but some of the long-term relationships I've been in my life. I rushed into them. I had to have a girlfriend. I had to be married. And I really, I made my own problem. There's nobody to blame but myself. So that's me. I made bad choices, and I take full responsibility for those things. It's nobody else's fault. Nobody forced me. So, but I wish I would have understood better and not just been like, what I've learned is you can be a good person, but it doesn't mean the person's good for you.
Yeah.
So I wish I would have fully internalized that when I was in my 20s and 30s and 40s. And so now I know this, so I don't rush anymore. And I've been single for a long time. Not that I don't go on dates, but now I know better. Like, it's don't rush to get into a committed relationship. Really take it serious and know it's a big thing. What about you? What's your second one?
I like that a lot too. That I agree upon 100% as well. I'm extremely happy that I waited till like actual marriage later on in life, and looking back at it, if I would have married earlier girlfriends, it would probably been pretty bad, I would say,
Right.
long term. So yeah, that 100%. So mine also regarding relationships, I wish I had a little bit more deeper conversations with my dad before he passed away.
Oh wow, yeah.
So don't like, again, I'm not want to say that we had a poor relationship or something like that. I just wish I knew more about them and also ask him advice, like business advice. He's a guy so that actually like had companies and go both good and bad. And I would probably say he did a lot of mistakes that I could probably have learned a lot from, learning business advice and other like life advices. Luckily, I have a great mom that I can ask a lot about, like when it comes to life and that. But it's just that I wish I'd, like, since dad passed away a little bit too earlier for my taste, it would have been a great, like, be able to have a little bit more like adult conversations with him, I would say.
What's so cool along those lines, Magnus, like you and I, you're on my show a lot, and who knows what the future holds, but your family, my family, they'll be able to know us, like, long after we're gone, that they can say, oh wow, I wonder what my, whatever Uncle Magnus was like, or if you have kids, whatever it is, like my nieces and nephews, like I wish I would have had hundreds of hours of videos of my grandfather or grandmother, like we have that now through YouTube and other social media things. So that's cool. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. The ones that we love and we lost, it's never enough time. Yeah, my third one would be invest more. I've always been a good investor. I've always been a good saver. So I'm not hungry or scratching for money. But I look back and I'm like, oh man, if I would have just, I guess call me greedy, but I'm like, if I would have just invested literally just $1 more a week, or $200 more a year, or if I, like, just simple things, nothing like, oh, I got a stock tip, nothing like that, but just compounding, simple. Just, I said to myself, if I would have, just, invested more when I was 13 and 14. You're a kid then, but still, like, anyway. So
or have someone actually do it for you. Like, hey, this is what we're doing. Like,
that's
like there are no options.
Right. Well, that's where you have to kind of get a little lucky. You have to have the luck of the draw where your parents kind of think that for you. My parents never were really savers. They didn't understand investing. They weren't disciplined. And so, and my parents are good people. But I will say this. My mother and father, my mother always had like a Christmas account fund. And I always remember my mother going to the bank to put away $10 or $5 for the Christmas account. And my father was always good about not getting into debt. So in that respect, they did show me stuff. Okay, so what's your third one?
My third one, let's see what I would say. Yes. First of all, stop stressing about the small stuff.
Yeah, dude.
It's it takes out so much time, energy, caring about people that you actually don't care about what they think about you, stressing about if you did the right decisions or not, or actually, like, because instead of doing anything, we're basically sitting and there's no actions, right? So that's what I would have done. Like, I think that would have, like, been more like clear decision making, and not of like spending time and then like just course correct instead of like over analyzing things. Sorry, that's a person that I am. I mean, I've gotten better with time, but analyzing and overanalyzing is something. It's like it's in my mindset
Yeah.
and like
Well,
it's
that's
in
the
my DNA.
scientist in you. That's the scientist
Yeah,
in you. So
yeah,
it's pros and cons. I'm like that too, as you know. We've known each other now for a while. I like
yeah,
to, OCD about things and stress out over things. But those are the things that make you successful and me successful. So I know we all know people who are like, dude, whatever, I don't care, and like
yeah.
they fucking have a. I wouldn't say they have a great life necessarily, but they don't get stressed out over stuff. It's I don't know.
Can I add a bonus one?
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Okay, so and this is something that I like. I think everybody should do. Seek out coaches and mentors.
Yeah, therapist,
Like,
coach.
because it's so much easier having someone to kind of push you or like tell you straight up that's a fucking dumb idea, or like that's probably, yeah, you could do that, there's other ways of doing it and so on. But it's like I think that a lot of people, we take pride in trying to learn things ourselves, and it's such a slow process sometimes, and
Yep.
we're like, there's so many like easier ways of getting out of I wouldn't say problems, but like
I hear it.
escalate or accelerating your learning curve.
Yes.
That's that's something that I will probably also have done more, like getting more like mentors and coaches into my life. I have a bunch, but I even more, like way more.
Would have gone on sooner. Yeah. No, well said, Magnus. All right. Well, listen, folks, that's all I got. Magnus, anything else before we sign off?
That's it for today, guys.
All right, guys, get good sleep, take your vitamins, say your prayers, eat healthy, like Hulk Hogan used to say. All right.
Save money.
That's right. Save money, dude.
Invest
money.
it.
You don't need all the fancy stuff you think you got. All right. So thanks, everybody. I'm signing us off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you later, Magnus. Bye,
Bye, guys.